Okay. Instagram is everything wrong with society.
Instagram isn't the app that you think it is. At the start, we all thought this innocent little app was just
What? I just thought it was like it's an app for pretty people. And that's about it. That's all I thought it was. But then again, I wasn't around. Well, I was around. When Instagrams first started popping off, I didn't even jump on it. I didn't know what the heck it was. So I was just like, okay, whatever. This is like the new little kid thing. But then it turned into something bigger.
a place to share photos of our hobbies, travels, and friends. It was seen as one of the most innovative and wholesome apps in the social media space. But then, Instagram slowly turned into everything it sought to destroy, becoming widely regarded as one of the worst social media sites in history.
Ooh.
And now today, as you watch this video, Instagram has corrupted our culture, our society, and our minds. But not just because of its effects on our mental health. It's actually one of the main causes of our society's degeneracy, debauchery, and fakery. Since its inception in 2015, the platform has undergone significant changes.
Instagram is the reason for our society's debauchery and fakery. I think that's kind of right. In that if you have an Instagram and you frequent it like regularly, then I would agree with you. But I would still say that like not everybody is on Instagram. Yes, it's like a subsidiary of Meta, Facebook, whatever. And if you have a Facebook, then you can just make an Instagram and it's like one over. And I think I have an Instagram, but I posted a couple pictures on it, but it was just like for like whatever. But for it to be the source of all debauchery, I mean, I can't really argue with them on that one. There is a lot of debauchery going on. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. For it being like the source, I don't know. I think there was like debauchery and shit going on before Instagram, to be honest.
Actually, we were all ignorant to the ominous obstacles and manipulative dangers that awaited us. It was unimaginable that Instagram would one day evolve into a platform that allows individuals to actually advertise their services and partake in glorified prostitution. Since its inception,
yeah, like a modern day Instagram is just glorified prostitution for sure. But it's like unofficial prostitution. Like I can easily look at it in an account and tell you like if this girl is like offering like some services or anything. Like it's like, oh, check my links, all my favorite links, all my spicy links in bio, and it's just like a link tree or whatever to like all her OnlyFans and Fanslies and fan whatever's, like those type of websites and whatnots.
back in 2010, Instagram has given birth to a whole host of problems, some of them more obvious and apparent than others. And one particular trend that is synonymous with the platform is atmospheric modeling, a dark phenomenon that deserves to be discussed in great detail. Atmosphere modeling is yet another symptom of how corrupt our society has become. Women are being paid simply to exist and grace parties and nights out with their presence, either hired by the clubs directly or for private.
I mean, to be fair, one of the reasons that like all this like glorified modeling, or what do you call it, atmospheric modeling, one of the reasons it's so popular is because there's people buying it. All right, it wouldn't be successful if people didn't buy it. Surprise. People are actually like paying for all these little like side things like link in bio, spicy link in bio, and all that shit. People are actually buying it. All right, so
events through an agency, these guys will show up to any event, party all night long, and pretend to enjoy themselves. But of course, it doesn't stop there. This dark industry is full of bloodlines and exploitation. It seems ridiculous in one way for people to pay so much for what seems like so little, but the whole industry sprang out of the various services offered to VIPs at high-end nightclubs, bars, and casinos. Millionaires and celebrity clients, also known as whales, would routinely drop hundreds of thousands on one night of overpriced champagne and debauchery. And with so much money and nothing to do with it, these people were only interested in.
I never been to a club like this before. Ever. I mean, bro, like the one time I went to like a club like this, Well, actually, I'd never been to a club like this, but I have been to like a club, but there was no like door charge thing. And it was kind of cool inside. There was like neon lights, and it was all like red, blue, and purple. And there was like a band on stage, and me and my friends couldn't like. It was just me and a bunch of like dudes, really. We couldn't even. Well, like they clubbed more than me, and they're like, "Hey, Cornel, come on in here," and then. And I don't know, like it was just like a weird environment to be in to me. Like you couldn't even talk to someone like 2 feet from you. You had to like raise your voice significantly because it wasn't so much about like just talking. It wasn't so much about the food. It's just like the vibe, the aura, the feng shui of being around the environment and the type of people. It was like, I'm too poor for this, guys. I'm out of here. All right.
One thing, the experience. Whichever high-end club could offer everything they wanted would get that massive check at the end of the night. One of these clients was Tiger Woods, whose behavior was pretty typical for a whale. At his club of choice, the Bank, he'd come in
whale's gonna whale
with his entourage, and they'd be given a table on a balcony. If he spotted a table of girls he liked, then they'd be invited by the club to join him for the night. They'd drink for free, flirt with him, and possibly go a few steps further. Tiger Woods, or whoever the client was, would effortlessly get access to beautiful women, and the club was happy because
well, yeah, because it's motherfucking Tiger Woods. Dude's been golfing since the invention of golfing, or since he was like 5 years old or whatever. Like he is like a world renowned person. I mean, who cares like what he does in his like spare time if he goes to clubs and flirts with chicks? Who flirts with chicks? Who cares?
The guards would only add to the bill at the end of the night. If a client wanted more than just companionship, then that could be arranged as well. And then other women not specifically on the club's payroll would be invited up to the table and later go home with the client.
Stripper party bus guide. Get a Vegas party girl quote. Wait, is this like just one girl? One girl's like awkward. A stripper party bus guide. So what? It's you and some friends. You get on a bus with strippers and you just go touring, and it's like a sightseeing adventure thing. Oh, wait. Invite these ladies to join you at in-suite parties, a bungalow, or cabana parties and draft parties. Okay. So essentially it's just like, it's not specifically said, but it's like, it's unofficial prostitution. Hire girls for this type of thing. And if your game is high enough and you look good enough, it's like you could get more.
But where there's money and profit, there's competition and development, and it didn't take long for this process to get industrialized and economized by the clubs through people called promoters. They would act like procurers, recruiting young women, training them, and connecting them with wealthy clients. Fast forward to today, and these promoters have created entire agencies dedicated to atmosphere models. Part of their business is hiring out girls to private parties. For exorbitant fees, they'll send however many girls you need to add social proof and pose for pictures at the event of your choosing. There are the clients of the clubs and casinos themselves. Girls will be hired out to dance and have a good time and generally make the club look better. For the goers, there are clear benefits to the job. They don't have to work really, just drink and have fun. Unlike regular modeling, it's much less competitive, although the bar for entry is still high.
Wait, so the bar for entry is really high to just conventional modeling, but it's not really competitive? Wait, let me hear that again.
Out girls to private parties. For exorbitant fees, they'll send however many girls you need to add social proof and pose for pictures at the event of your choosing. There are the
hire however many girls, and wait, one of the girls
agencies dedicated to atmosphere models. Part of their business is hiring out girls to private parties. For exorbitant fees, they'll send however many girls.
Look at the symbol. It's the Dan Bilzerian symbol or whatever the fuck. What is it? Ignite or some shit?
You need to add social proof and pose for pictures at the event of your choosing. There are the clients of the clubs and casinos themselves. Girls will be hired out to dance and have a good time and generally make the club look better. For the goers, there are clear benefits to the job. They don't have to work really, just drink and have fun. Unlike regular modeling, it's much less competitive, although the bar for entry is still high. If you don't—
Oh, he's saying, unlike real modeling, the bar is really high, but it's not too competitive because it's like a new like side industry type of deal.
don't have the right luck with your genetics, it'll be tricky to ever get a job. It's also a great way for these women to meet rich men and possibly form a connection. And if your goal is just to become a trophy wife, then atmosphere modeling is the right calling for you. But this industry is even more
Oh shit, is he just calling out the actual company, Atmospheric Modeling?
more seedy and dangerous than regular modeling, and it's being largely created by Instagram. You see, in our image-focused society, it's no surprise that atmosphere modeling has taken off in such a huge way recently. It began with whole families of celebrities that are only famous for their looks and their image. Then it got globalized with influencers and Instagram models, an entire industry based on visualizing a fantasy. And atmosphere models are just another aspect of this. It's not an
Bro, I do not want to know what it's like up at the tippy top. I would like to believe that it is as fickle as high school is. Like, remember how high school was when whenever, like, I mean, at least for me, like, I was just so awkward in high school. I was not cool. I mean, I'm still kind of awkward and not so cool. I mean, I just work out and game a little on the side, but like like up at the tippy top, this has got to be like the weird, like these people got to seem like aliens to me, dude. This is just like a whole nother, I don't know, type of vibe, type of person, just everything about it. It just seems alien to me.
Industry that anyone wants to publicize too greatly. If everyone knew how widespread it is, then it would severely damage a club or client's reputation. All the influencers you'd see online on Instagram would just seem like absolute jokes, having paid so much for these girls to be there.
Yeah, wasn't there like some article or some shit that said, yeah, these are just all like paid actors. Yeah, these are just all paid people.
When they're working,
they didn't actually choose to be here. They're just like, it's a job.
Atmosphere models won't ever tell you that they're only there because they're being paid. To do so would break the carefully created illusion of a good time. Even then though, parties full of atmosphere models can be pretty awkward. While everyone might be smiling for the picture on Instagram, in reality they're all watching the clock and waiting for their shift to end. And this leads to a ton of dark situations.
Hey, gotta make money somehow.
As these men are usually under the impression that these women are actually interested in them, and they'll get overly aggressive or even predatory. If the women don't have thick skins and the ability to push back, it can put them in some really dangerous situations. It's modeled further by the blurred lines that underpin the industry. Sometimes it's hard to tell where being an atmosphere model ends and where being an escort begins. For most of the night, their job is exactly the same. Simply show up, laugh at the client's jokes, and have a good time.
That is a crazy dichotomy to figure out where the line is between just being like a model versus escort. I mean, what is the difference, to be honest? It's like you're in one, you're just like hanging out. It's like paying like a paid friend to just hang out, bullshit, drink and eat. And I mean, I guess you're like kind of allowed to like touch them, I would say, even though that's the blurry part. I don't know, I would guess. It's like, hey, I'm this like millionaire, billionaire guy, and I'm going to hug you and get up all on you and for these pictures. And it's like, hey, I'm going to kiss you, or I don't know, maybe that's I don't know.
Or at least pretend like you are. But often clients will offer large amounts of cash, private holidays, or anything else you can think of to these girls in return for certain favors. And these girls are always poached and recruited from apps like Instagram. And of course, many of these girls find themselves enslaved and abused. In Madrid, it recently emerged that a number of girls, many of whom were minors, had received offers either at night.
What do you mean? Many of these are minors? Bro. What the fuck is Atmosphere doing? This business model seems so stupid.
Nightclubs or through social media platforms like Instagram, asking them to become high-class escorts. The authorities uncovered a total of 18 women who were enslaved by this organization, which had been active in Madrid for well over a year. But it's not just as escorts. We're seeing all over Instagram more and more guys on yachts in Dubai who have a whole harem of women around them. But have you ever actually,
just like in my favorite anime, yay,
wondered why are these girls there? How did they find this man? And why are they with him? Well, it's usually because he's
yeah, if you can, if these type of questions are just going through your head, chances are this is entirely like just fake. Yeah.
Paying a fortune for them to actually be there in terms of luxury hotels, airplane tickets, and a whole host of other indirect payments, allowing these men to say they didn't pay these women to be there, even though they indirectly shelled out tens of thousands of dollars for them to be there. And of course, it's the same with clubs, like I already mentioned earlier, where these girls will often earn up to $4,500 per night, persuading rich attendees to purchase.
Bro, what did he say? $4,000 to $5,000 a night? Bro, that's like some of these girls making what I make in like a month in or not a month, like 2-ish months in a day. Of course that's going to warp your perception of the value of money and how long it actually takes to make. That kind of makes me sad, dude.
Purchase champagne bottles. As shown in the book Very Important People, Status and Beauty in the Global Party Circuit, clients regularly get girls to consume alcohol against their will, especially if they appear to be lacking enjoyment in these clubs with these old men. But of course, these girls aren't just appearing out of thin air. They must first promote themselves, putting themselves into the virtual world in order to be recognized, rewarded, and more often than not, exploited. Enter Instagram, the app that helped launch 1,000 careers and 100,000 horror stories.
Yeah.
Before we continue, I want to tell you about our video sponsor, Candlestick AI. You see, investing is hard, so let AI lend a hand. You see, AI is becoming...
Bro, this is ChatGPT. It says it right there.
More powerful, more useful in different areas
like
of
an
our
add-on
lives, from art to programming.
type of deal.
Can even help us make better investing decisions. Hedge funds and institutional investors have been using AI for years now to give them an unfair advantage.
Bro, I need to start investing in some shit. I'm too fucking old.
Produce profit for themselves, and regular investors haven't had that same option until now. Candlestick is an app that gives you your own AI investing co-pilot. Candlestick's AI models practice over past market data until they can achieve superhuman trading performance. Regular investors have used the model's stock recommendations to beat the market to make thousands in both 2021 and 2022. Of course,
yeah, but if this piece of technology is available to everybody, let's even say that it's like a subscribe for a service type of deal, and it's available to the public, wouldn't you think the first people to adopt this technology are the people that are already engaged in this activity?
you have to trust your investment decisions, and nobody wants to just be told what to do by some higher authority, human or AI, without understanding why. And no, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. That's why Candlestick is using generative AI to explain every recommendation and answer any question you might have about finance, investing, or specific stocks. Traditional finance is a one-way street. With AI, it can be a two-way street. Now it's time to start building your wealth the smart way, and Candlestick is extending a special offer to Moon subscribers. So use the link below to try it out for absolutely free until you're ready to join the AI investing movement.
Maybe I should do that.
In recent years, Dubai has emerged as a global hub for Instagram influencers, attracting numerous models to seek.
Oh yeah, the glorious country of, is it country or state of Dubai? I have no idea. I just know Dubai is the place on earth. That's the place.
Are the finest locations for their photo shoots. Nevertheless, it's clear that these carefully created images shared by
this, you know what this reminds me of?
It's clear that these
where'd that go?
In recent years, Dubai has emerged as a global hub for Instagram influencers, attracting numerous.
You know why this is so annoying? This literally reminds me of Tatooine in Star Wars. All right? Every fucking Star Wars sideshow, every Star Wars movie, we gotta fucking go back to Tatooine. I don't want to go back to Tatooine anymore. Fuck it. Let's go somewhere else, please. No more Tat.
Models to seek out the finest locations for their photo shoots. Nevertheless, it's clear that these carefully created images shared by these influencers fail to convey the complete narrative of their journeys. As Cosmopolitan UK reported, Dubai residents and Mexican narcos have a lot in common. They indulge in purchasing exotic animals.
Bro, that's a fucking lion!
UK reported, Dubai residents and Mexican narcos have a lot in common. They indulge in.
Why are you buying a fucking lion? And is this like a dude lion with just like a shaved mane? Or is this like a female lion with like, I think this is like a dude lion with like a shave, either like a shave mane, or he's like kind of like a teenager year type of deal, male lion. Bro, why are you fucking investing in a cat that can literally, maybe it's like the Claude. That's why he's like doing this like zoom in. Or maybe, I don't know. You don't even know. Like, why are you investing in a big cat that's a predator, dude? Fuck that.
And purchasing exotic animals, gold-plated firearms, and even paying some.
Hey, it's Call of Duty in real life.
substantial amounts to women to accompany them to parties, hiring attractive women from Instagram to visit
Oh,
restaurants.
is that the gold flake steak?
And share pictures online is common practice for wealthy sheiks, but after dinner is when the real debauchery begins. You see, affluent sheiks regularly fly with
Bro, $5, like, where'd that go? This steak is probably not that much better than if I go to like Texas Roadhouse or what's that other one? Longhorn. It's gonna taste about the same. All right. I don't care how much fucking gold you slap on that motherfucker. All right. I don't care. I just want to eat a goddamn steak. It's not that exponentially better. The only way this steak would be exponentially better is if it was like A5 Wagyu or whatever. And I haven't had a steak in a while. All right, that's the only way. Other than that, bro, if like I could just go to like Walmart and just get like some whatever steak and cook that shit up and it'll be fucking fine. But if I want to get treated, I might go to Longhorn or I might go to Texas Roadhouse or some shit like that. I don't need fucking gold flakes or like, oh, it's like, oh, you just want to do it once just for the spectacle of it. I mean, I guess if you want. But you know what's funny is, I don't know if you can see this, but like, this is like the fatty part of the steak. And usually people don't eat the fatty part. And this idiot put gold on the fatty part of this steak for the sake of the look of it. But then again, if he's got the money and he's just, because doesn't this shit come in like a little book, and it comes in like squares, so it's like you have to be like gentle when you like slap it on there, like a little Hershey's Kiss like tinfoil size thing or whatever. I think this motherfucker put gold on the fatty part of the steak too. No one's eating that part.
sheiks, but after dinner is when the real debauchery begins. You see, affluent sheiks regularly fly women out from Instagram and request their involvement in specialized sexual activities. Among these is fetishes, like being defecated on, with the act being worth an estimated $26,000.
Damn. Talk about lowering your standards, but hey, shit, nobody offering me fucking $26K to get pooped on. I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I don't really want to do that, even if it is like $26K or horrific things in exchange for $50K. Jesus. I don't think so, man. Like everyone's got their number and shit, but then you're gonna like, and that's something you do like do in private, you know? It's like, oh, if you do it in private, then nobody will know. Because if you let everybody know that you got pooped on, well, then it's like, you're the person that like poop on them. All right. But yeah, you got paid a little bit for like, that's like a yearly salary, more or less. It's like a year's salary. And if it's public versus private, and it's like, I don't really think so, man. I don't want to get doo-doo on me.
For $50,000, according to this Daily Star report, influencers will go one step further and actually ingest the feces of wealthy men.
There's dudes that are like, you're gonna eat this specific shit, then you're gonna shit this. Oh my God. And I'm like,
bro. Jesus. I don't think that little line is like in the contract that they signed before they go flying over there. I think this is just like an offer that they just pop up on the spot. Yeah. And they're just like, since they're like out of their country, they don't have anybody looking over them or anything like that. It's just like, Jesus, I guess so. There's all these powerful men and all these oil princes around me. I guess I don't have a choice. I mean, it is like a shitty situation, like no pun intended, just to be in.
Like, wait, this is like a 3-day process.
One influencer who was flown to Dubai to sell her dignity in return for a fat paycheck commented on a situation involving a room she was escorted to that was empty except for buckets and sex toys. Men entered the room and the guards were instructed to strip. The influencer said she watched in horror as a German man walked over to a bucket and took a shit before he hand-fedded it to a girl. One girl had the contents of the bucket stuffed up her. She ate a solid piece of shit. Girls had to slide across the floor on their stomachs, licking up shit. There were human centipede actions.
Jesus Christ. But then again, these people are getting paid to do it, whereas I'm sure this is happening in a bunch of like homeless places in America. All right. I'm sure this happens in America, some places, and these people aren't even, bro. Oh my God, I'm not gonna out myself. Okay, whatever. I was gonna talk some shit, but I'm not. Okay, at least these people are getting paid to do it, because there are people that will just do that for free. All right, Jesus.
Others, meanwhile, according to this report, are paid more than $5,000 per week to have sex with animals, including the pet dogs of affluent Dubai-based males. And Instagram is used as the tool to look.
Bro, what? Like having sex with dogs? What the fuck?
Lure people under these false pretenses, making them seem like they're just coming for a modeling gig, and then ending up in these debauched acts with no escape, with fellow countrymen and women being used to gain the trust of the victims by sharing positive stories about life in the UAE before trapping them in prostitution rings. And yet all of this stuff is never really looked into by Instagram, or even ever spoken about on YouTube. But again,
yeah, because there's like only so many degrees of separation that Instagram and YouTube want to separate themselves from. It's like Instagram and YouTube, they just want to be like, hey, we're just a platform. You know, this is all we're doing. We're not promoting this in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, we don't care what you do over there. We're just like an advertising platform or whatever. Like we just share pictures. YouTube, we just share videos and so on and so forth. There's only so many degrees of separation between that act and like the organization of YouTube and Instagram. And it's not many.
That's even worse because Instagram is even used for child sexual exploitation or sexploitation. Tech companies,
yeah, that's not good. That's not a good look. Instagram.
Companies, including Meta, owner of Instagram, face a significant challenge.
Meta is struggling to boot pedophiles off Facebook and Instagram. How are you struggling?
In combating child sexual exploitation
is that there's a huge network of what we call self-generated CSAMs. This is self-generated child sexual abuse material. These are teenagers who are putatively selling their own imagery and videos effectively as a commercial business that they have set up on a variety of platforms. And while there are a bunch of companies involved, Instagram turns out to be probably the most key one.
The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime has identified apps like Instagram as a digital hunting field used by human traffickers to target both potential victims and customers, with a particularly disgusting focus on children. A report from the US-based...
Bro, what is it with these fucking weirdos and them liking kids? What is wrong with these people?
Non-profit organization, the Human Trafficking Institute, revealed that in 2020, Facebook, Insta's sibling, and Instagram itself were the most commonly used platforms by sex traffickers to groom and recruit children. Now, it is important to distinguish between grooming and child sex trafficking, as they are separate actions.
Online grooming and trafficking. What's the link? So, like, if you don't know, grooming is like the act of kind of like influencing a kid and kind of like making them okay with doing sexual acts to adults, and them in their mind thinking that it's okay. I wasn't doing anything wrong. But yeah, that's like the act of grooming, more or less, like a TLDR type of deal. And trafficking. And so when these kids, like, they're raised like that, and then these people like traffic them over, they're just thinking that, oh, we're just moving to some other place to do some stuff. Okay, that's it. That's fine. That's whatever. But if you like zoom out a little bit to like the whole picture, it's like obviously the grooming and the trafficking is like, okay, these are both bad. And how do we fucking stop this?
Actions often discussed in conjunction. Grooming is the manipulation of a victim before their exploitation.
Oh,
On the other hand, the trafficking actually involves the sexual exploitation of a child as part of a commercial transaction. And while people commonly associate trafficking with the movement of victims across borders or within a country, international law actually defines the term more broadly. It encompasses the use of force, fraud, or coercion to obtain labor or engage in non-consensual sex acts, regardless of whether child was involved. And since children can't ever legally consent to any form of sexual activity under international law, individuals who profit from or pay for a child's sexual acts, including the distribution or purchase of sexually exploitative images, are considered human traffickers. And Instagram has...
Oh, wow, that is way broader. And probably for a good reason.
has helped and continues to help these vile.
Has Meta become a market for child sex trafficking? Bro, everybody, hasn't Facebook / Meta had almost like global saturation in terms of like brand recognition? How many people on fucking Facebook? It's like 4, 5, 6 billion. I know it's not the entire world, but like everybody knows about Facebook. All right, they've reached the limit, so obviously there's gonna be some like a little bit of this going on. All right,
humans.
You see,
it's not a market. Like, yes, it's probably happening, but it's not like the marketplace. It's like the place. It's like the Walmart for child sex trafficking. I don't think anybody would really agree that this is like a good thing that they're just like touting around. It fucking just happens, and it's not good.
Instagram and Facebook have become digital hunting fields. Sex offenders look for both potential victims and customers on these platforms. They find vulnerable children and start.
Yeah, but I do think that Instagram and Facebook should do like a better job of, I don't know. I don't want to say like, but I do want to say like regulating a little bit of the type of content that goes onto their platform, at least, or I don't know, like they got to do like a better job.
Not sending them messages.
Santa Cruz County man has been arrested, charged with using social media to try and lure young girls for the purpose of having sex with them.
The Journal reports that Instagram has been connecting and promoting a vast network of pedophilia. Researchers
Connecting and promoting? Jesus.
Within the Wall Street Journal's investigation found that the platform enabled users to search for hashtags and recommended accounts related to buying and selling child sex material.
Facebook and Instagram, as per The Guardian, have become major sales
Maybe I wasn't aware when that happened on the news.
platforms for child trafficking. Of course, the UAE is not the only Gulf country using Instagram for nefarious purposes. There's also Saudi Arabia, a truly horrendous place that I've also discussed before. Instagram influencers' endorsement of government-funded trips to Saudi Arabia, a country known for its numerous human rights violations, is particularly disturbing. This Gulf kingdom, led by the authoritarian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, aims to transform its image from a conservative.
Was that the dude that just bought the new Overwatch League? I know like the Overwatch League just got bought into like Dubai or whatever. So that's a thing.
An oppressive regime that crucifies people to a thriving cultural center, and to achieve this, he and his cronies pay celebrities to visit the country. On a weekly basis, one agency alone, according to a recent Airmail report, takes approximately 10 to 20 influencers to Saudi Arabia. The carefully created Instagram posts refrain from addressing any instances of human rights violations, such as beheadings and crucifixions.
Bro, that's so fucking weird, dude. They still do that shit? Bro, that's a fucking third world country. I don't care how many fucking skyscrapers in the goddamn air. You could, like, I know they got, like, that tallest building or whatever, but, bro, you still doing this shit? Like, what the fuck? You ain't no first world country? Stupid.
Women seeking refuge due to domestic violence was Saudi Arabia's military campaign in Yemen, which has been identified by the UN as the root cause of the most severe humanitarian crisis globally. Interestingly, Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, the Public Investment Fund, has acquired a sizable stake in Meta, Instagram's parent company. In short, everything an Instagram influencer poses about Saudi is a lie, and Instagram is used as the perfect tool for propaganda, or as the Saudis would like to call it, public relations, which really shouldn't be much of a surprise. After all, most of these influencers,
I mean, to be fair though, most people don't really operate. Like most people like wear like in the U.S. most people like wear clothes made in China. Most people wear clothes or like have technology that was made in wherever. For, like probably like a little kid made this mouse. I don't know, or like this controller or some shit. I don't know, but like people don't really like there has to be like most people there's like a set amount of degrees of separation that people are willing to just forego so that they can just like enjoy their life and just go about it. All right. So I probably own some shit in here that was like made in Saudi. Maybe. I don't know. I don't fucking do all the research. All right. Nobody really does that. All right. That's ridiculous. And if you do live like that, you would end up not having really anything. Like, you wouldn't be on the internet. You wouldn't be in a home. You wouldn't be, I mean, maybe like you'd probably have a home, but like you wouldn't have any like modern amenities and shit like that.
Influencers have built their entire lives around falsehoods and fabrications, and they would sell their soul for anyone. No matter how oppressive and bad the country is, people can be paid just thousands, given a nice hotel, and they'll do anything to praise the country. And the fact that the Saudis are trying to buy up as much as Meta as possible shows how truly dangerous Instagram is for our culture. And some people on Instagram are starting to catch on to this. Some of these Instagram models' followers are aware of this fabricated image, but others aren't. And that's because many of them don't even exist. They're phantom followers.
That was phantom followers, or they're just straight up like follow bots. How to identify and remove Instagram ghost followers and why you should.
Fake is the influencers promoting the supposed beauty and brilliance of Saudi Arabia. And thanks to the likes of TikTok and Instagram.
Aren't fake followers? What does that mean, a fake follower? Just a follow bot? Like a bot that's a follower? Just to make the number go up?
Instagram, the two most popular social media sites, and influencers have become increasingly valuable tool for marketers. Major brands and agencies invest billions of dollars in leveraging the followers of these influencers to boost engagement rates. Social media influencers with a large following or dedicated community can earn substantial profits from their posts or by participating in activities like affiliate marketing. But what if I was to tell you that many of your favorite influencers never really earn their following? They purchased it. And some individuals who claim to be influencers are simply seeking to create the illusion of a luxurious lifestyle rather than actually living it. This deceptive behavior has become a significant concern as the popularity of social media influencers continues to grow. In fact, recent research shows that a staggering 49% of Instagram influencers engaged in follower fraud.
Oh, Jesus, that's half. That's a big number. That's half, dude. And if you think it's just on Instagram, probably fooling yourself. It's across all the social media platforms, dude. 100%. Maybe it's not like quite half, and maybe it's like dependent on like the person themselves. That's crazy. Like half is just fake. Dang, dude. I don't know what I'm doing over here, man. I'm just making shit. Damn, I must be doing something wrong, dude.
Data combined with the findings that 1 in 4 influencers purchased 15% of their followers and 3 in 4 influencers purchased over 10,000 followers highlights the extent of this issue. Almost every
the fake followers, the fake follow bots. Dang, maybe I should do that, dude.
Every major celebrity has fake followers now. You can guess at least half of their followers aren't even real, but this is all used as social proof. And regardless of the credibility of these followers, it makes people's profiles appealing to—
This is Cristiano Ronaldo, 615 million followers. That's a lot of followers, dude. Soccer is the world sport, or football is the world sport, and yeah, god damn.
The brands who are seeking—
Wait, what? Join my NFT journey on whatever this is, Binance. Click the link, bro. What an idiot, dude. Fuck this dude. What a dork. I mean, he's cool for like his soccer shit, but that's about it. Like everything else, join my NFT journey. Oh my god, what a bonehead, dude.
Influencers to collaborate with, and also can be used for nefarious purposes to convince people that these Instagram stars are legit and that they are trustworthy. And the fakeness of Instagram is now having real-world consequences. It's ruining lives. You see, Instagram has in recent times evolved from a platform for sharing pictures to a platform for self-promotion. This transition has allowed girls as young as 14 to capitalize on their popularity. However, in order for a girl to achieve enough social recognition to earn substantial income on Instagram, she must be willing to compromise her integrity and basically sell her soul for superficial gains. This includes posting pictures of herself in underwear and conforming to the adult entertainer chick aesthetic by posing in a hypersexualized, extremely suggestive manner. In essence, these girls, many of whom are teenagers, have essentially become adult workers. And
whatever happened to like just going to school and going to college and getting a job that way? Like, what happened to that way? Is that way not good anymore? Are you considered a loser if you go to school and get a job that, you know, that directly supports like society in some way, like being a nurse or something? being like a manager. Damn, dude. Dang.
Once a girl amasses a significant number of followers on Instagram, she can then become an influencer and collaborate.
Oh, influencer in quotation marks.
With various brands. In some cases, a girl becomes her own brand and solely markets herself. An example of this is Piper Rockell, a 16-year-old who has been in the business since the age of 14, gaining fame by posting provocative pictures.
Thank God I'm not on Instagram. Like, I don't even know who any of these people are, dude.
Earning her thousands of dollars every month at the age of 16. In truth, Instagram has become the go-to place for most teenagers around the world to either model themselves, start an adult entertainment career, or just to be used as a dating app. And this has, rather understandably, drawn concern from concerned parents and commentators. At the same time, it's drawn attention from dangerous individuals, including kitty lovers and other perverted monsters. As the Wall Street Journal has reported, Instagram doesn't just
Instagram connects vast pedophile network. Jesus.
Cater to illicit content involving children, it actually facilitates the connection between kiddie fiddlers and content sellers through its recommendation systems, merely coming into
like, can Instagram like do a little bit of regulation, like even the slightest, man, to like help out? Can you do something?
Contact with an account within Instagram's kiddie fiddler community can actually trigger the platform to start suggesting that users join it. In their research, the investigators discovered that Instagram allows people to search for explicit hashtags.
What? Pedo whore, preteen sex, pedo bait. They offer menus of content for users to buy or commission, including whatever. Bro, why are these fucking hashtags even on there? Just fucking ban all these hashtags, fucking Instagram.
Hashtags like pedo whore and preteen sex, which then connect them to accounts promoting the sale of child material. The threat to kids doesn't even end there. Even mothers, consciously or otherwise, are putting their children's well-being at risk. And to be clear, a very specific type of mum is doing this, the mumfluencer. Now, although influencers...
Okay, this is my first time hearing this. The mumfluencer? Or mumfluencer. One's for US, the other one's for like England. Mum.
Are nothing really new. The rise of mumfluencers is a very recent trend, not to mention a disturbing one. The mumfluencer is a hyper-artificial construct, a fabrication created
well, yeah, much the same way a regular influencer is, yeah,
by individuals, technology firms, and consumer brands as a means of earning a livelihood through social media. And mumfluencers have become a lucrative industry for advertisers, given that women predominantly make household purchasing decisions, and these influencers regularly hawk stroller, cooking utensils, and children. You see, these accounts have a substantial number of followers. The individuals
they know their target audience very well then. It's like, who's more likely to buy a stroller or some cooking stuff? You know, if dad's out making the money at the business, the mom's home trying to give the place like a nice like peaceful environment feeling and a good place to like raise your kid and whatnot, then of course you're gonna market all of this like all of this extra shit towards fellow moms.
Who own these accounts are primarily mothers who use their children as the main focus to promote themselves and their products. These accounts have faced repeated criticism for showcasing their children, often in provocative ways. These influencers share numerous photos of their unconsenting kids with their thousands, even...
What was that that movie on Netflix? The what was it? The girly pageant one? I fucking forgot the name of it, but it was like the weird one that sexualized the kids, but the director was like, yes, we made it like this on purpose, but it was like too much. And like, I forgot the name of it. But this kind of feels like diet that.
Millions of followers. The images are online for everyone to see, including the creeps who take them and share them on illicit online forums. These forums are frequented by the worst types of people who exchange and distribute links to these darknet pages amongst themselves. And there's a huge amount of evidence indicating that images of children from prominent mumfluencer accounts resurface on the darknet, making Instagram the key platform for where these images easily proliferate, as they are so readily available there. And unfortunately, numerous parents fail to consider the potential repercussions when showcasing their children. Anything for an easy dollar, it seems. But it's not just mindless mums thirsty for clicks that are endangering children. The makers of Instagram are too. You see, in 2020, Instagram introduced Reels, basically making TikTok just another copycat of TikTok, making this platform even worse. But it's not just because of these short, instant gratification addictive videos.
You just keep scrolling. Keep scrolling.
Another investigation.
Wait, Instagram's algorithm delivers toxic video mix to adults who follow children. Content served to USJ test accounts and include risque footage of kids, overtly sexual adult videos, and ads from major brands. Bro, what the fuck?
Conducted by the Wall Street Journal also revealed that Instagram's Reels
Why people gotta be so weird, dude?
service recommends explicit and inappropriate content involving children. Now, the purpose of this investigation was to observe the type of content that the platform suggests to accounts primarily following young gymnasts, cheerleaders, and other teen and preteen influencers. The Wall Street Journal initiated this test after noticing that many subscribers to these accounts were adult men who had shown interest in sexual content related to both children and adults. Throughout the testing process, the Wall Street Journal claims that Instagram's algorithm presented a significant amount of explicit content, including videos featuring children in provocative situations.
This is just like another reason, one of many, but this is just another reason why kids don't belong on the internet. This is ridiculous, dude.
As well as overtly sexual adult content. In addition to these videos, the platform also displayed advertisements for major US brands. One example provided by the Wall Street Journal involved a stream of videos on Instagram that included an advertisement for a dating app, a video of someone interacting with a life-size latex doll in a suggestive manner, and a video of a young girl exposing her midriff by lifting her shirt. Another stream featured a commercial followed by a video of a man lying on a bed with his arm around a 10-year-old girl.
Bro, these videos are so creepy. Like, what the fuck?
Canadian Centre for Child Protection conducted similar tests on Instagram and reported comparable findings, further supporting the concerns raised by the Wall Street Journal's investigation here. So in response, Meta stated that the test conducted by the outlets resulted in a manufactured experience that does not accurately represent what the majority of its billions of users see, which wasn't really a very convincing response. And then shortly after, several businesses decided to withdraw their advertising from Meta's platforms in response. And then just before Christmas, a lawsuit against Meta and Mark Zuckerberg was filed by New Mexico's Attorney General Raul Torres, asserting that both Facebook and Instagram are leading children towards explicit content, even in the absence of any expressed interest. According to the civil suit,
wait, even in the absence of expressed interest? What the fuck is Meta doing? Bro, it's like these algorithms are so, like, I'm gonna say this word wrong, enigmatic. Like, these algorithms are just a huge questionable enigma, and it's like they can just do with it whatever they want to it, and they still manage to fuck it up.
children are coerced by predators to share their photos or engage in very disturbing videos. Instead of offering secure environments for children that are iPad kids, Generation Alpha who are raised by these platforms, apps like Instagram are actually just facilitating the exchange of child disturbing content and the solicitation of minors for disturbing purposes. So why hasn't Meta done more to protect innocent children? If the lawsuit is to be believed, protections have been implemented due to the potential hit they would have on Meta's advertising revenue. And this has allowed Instagram to become a prime marketplace for predators in search of young children upon whom to prey. And Instagram, it seems, enables those who want to do harm, and harms the very ones that want to use the platform for fun. Moreover, when its algorithms aren't feeding content to potential predators, they're literally distorting the minds of young, impressionable users. As it's clear to see, Instagram is regularly used to exploit innocent individuals, but it's also used by
because people just, for the most part, from what I see, like the little bit on Instagram that I see, whenever you see something on Instagram, it's like the best version of a picture, like humanly possible. Whenever you take a picture, it's not just one picture you take. You're holding a pose, and you got to get the right face expression. You got to get the right lighting, the right makeup, the right angle, the right this, that, whatever. All this extra shit. So much goes into like, and then they sit there. They click the button once and hold it down, and then it goes click, 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 and it takes a bunch of fucking pictures. And then the post process is, you get the photographer to look at all the best pictures, and then they go in and edit them with whatever programs and whatnot to make it look even better and add filters and all this other extra shit. And so it's like, by the time you get to like the end process, it's crazy, like what real life looks like versus like what a picture can show.
unscrupulous actors to exploit grief. You see, in 2019, Bianca Devins, a 17-year-old New Yorker, attended a concert with 21-year-old Brandon Clark. Tragically, she never made it back home. In the early hours of Sunday morning, Devins was brutally murdered, having her throat dissected with a knife, and the images of Devins' lifeless body began to surface online shortly after, originating from Clark's Instagram account. These images included a photograph of her torso with a caption that read, "I'm sorry, Bianca," as well as a selfie of Clark lying on Devins' body. It took Instagram several hours to remove these distressing images, during which time they had already been shared extensively. Exploiting the situation, some individuals in social media shamelessly sought to gain followers and popularity by posting comments such as "follow me and DM" for the full video and picture. Clark, who was later charged with Devins' murder, experienced a surge in his social media following. And shockingly, according to a BBC report, certain twisted individuals even manipulated images of Devins' body to create repugnant memes. Users who tried to report these distressing images to Instagram's moderators claimed that their reports were dismissed.
I mean, honestly, the second a picture goes up on the internet, it's up for grabs by anybody. I mean, it's essentially like the public. I mean, I understand that, and yeah, some people don't.
In the aftermath, Instagram faced severe criticism for its delayed response in addressing the images and for allowing users to exploit Devins' tragic death for personal gain. And this isn't an anomaly, as NBC recently reported.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. The advertisements for AI sex workers are flooding Instagram and TikTok. So not only are you getting got, the thing, the image, the video you're getting got by isn't even a real thing. It's an AI thing.
A new kind of sexualized content is flooding Instagram. Ads for sexually suggestive, scantily clad, dirty talking chatbots.
Yes, none of these women are real. Not real. Not real. Not real. Also not real. These are not real people. These are fictional people. These are fake people.
Powered by AI. Dozens of tech startups, according to the report, are using Instagram to post explicit advertisements that promote not safe for work experiences. The ads promise not safe for work pics, custom pinup girls, and censor-free chats. Many of the ads feature digitally created potential girlfriends with large breasts and sexually provocative clothing. Some ads even use memes that include popular children's TV characters. Such as
shit. Oh my god, this is like, they're just trying to hit like the audience the right way. Jesus.
SquarePants, Bart Simpson, or the Cookie Monster to promote apps where people can create not safe for work pics. Others feature digitally created girls who appear to be teenagers or younger, sometimes in the style of anime. And Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, had dozens of developers who were displaying sexually explicit advertisements on their apps. Keep in mind that many of Instagram's users are as young as just 13 years old and possibly even much younger than this.
Jeez.
Other studies have discovered that Instagram actually promotes dangerous weight loss trends amongst impressionable teen users. For example, one study found that when teenage girls interacted even briefly with content related to dieting, the Explore tab on Instagram would immediately start displaying images of individuals showcasing their pre and post weight loss journeys.
Oh, what
Additionally,
the fuck?
The Explore page would feature.
Oh yeah, this messes with both like men and women, but I think it messes with women a little bit more, in my opinion.
Feature content focused on weight loss tips, exercise, and body sculpting. Notably, this material often presented individuals with noticeably slim body shapes, some of which appeared to be edited or distorted.
Oh yeah, the reason you see a lot of pictures getting what do you call it? Like getting taken on like a solid white background is because when you go to like warp the picture, it also warps the background. So if you start your picture on like just a solid white wall, you can't tell immediately that like the background is warped. So like lines will like start to curve in and out of like the person's waist and whatnot.
Similar results were observed when replicating the experience for teenage boys. One study recreated the online behavior of a real 14-year-old boy, which ultimately resulted in his Instagram Explore tab being inundated with pictures of heavily edited and retouched models. In response to these findings, a spokesperson for Meta, the people that own Instagram, stating that the platform was already implementing measures to ensure the safety of teenagers, such as preventing adults from sending direct messages to teens who do not follow them.
Oh, good.
And this empty promise came just before the Wall Street Journal bombshell report. And it is worth noting that even a single like has the potential to generate.
Like, why doesn't like Instagram hire some of the people to figure out like all the workarounds to like all of their like regulations that they set in place. Like get in contact with one of these people and just tell them, hey, we're trying to make this platform better. What are the obvious workarounds that people are using to get around it? It's like, you want to make your platform better? Hire the cheaters. All right? Those are the best guys to fucking figure it all out.
Thousands of related content suggestions. Some of these suggestions have the backing of influential celebrities, and exploitative companies regularly appeared on the platform, selling supposedly miraculous weight loss products.
Oh yeah, I've been around the fucking fitness industry way too long, and like a casual fitness tourist to realize that all of these are memes. These are all meme products, not real.
Often with endorsements from celebrities. For example, notable figures like the Kardashians.
But I mean, a lot of the audience on Instagram does skew like age-wise, like lower. And back then, I would have considered myself a dumbass. So, yeah.
And Cardi B have faced criticism for promoting detox teas and slimming lollipops. And it's well known that several...
What a fucking meme, dude. A lollipop that makes you slimmer. Stupid. Oh my god. What a fucking, like, scumbag scammer, dude.
Of these products have detrimental effects on both the mental and physical health of mostly young women. But most of us already know this. Instagram has become a meat market. It is the ultimate dating tool. It's the place where people everywhere around the world come together and make the realities look perfect. The whole thing is fake and a facade, promoting our culture to become more plastic and fake itself. But one really crazy thing with Instagram isn't just the trafficking of people, but it's also a marketplace for the most depraved things you can even imagine. Things just...
What? Is that a real hashtag?
Just as creepy and debauched as trafficking. You see, recently it's been found that Instagram is now a marketplace for things like human skulls and even babies. Yes, babies. What? And this is because Instagram is the home of a huge, highly illegal black market. A place where you can bid on and purchase just about anything, even human...
Baby? Wait.
Yes, babies.
Well, among 4 arrests for attempt to sell babies on Instagram.
And this is because Instagram is the
drugs,
home of a huge, highly illegal black market, a place where you can bid on and purchase just about...
Sickening Instagram account advertises babies for sale at 475. What is this, like a euro or a pound? Or I don't fucking know. A baby is less than like some of these like pure breed dogs or like a purebred like horse. That's crazy.
Anything, even human skulls.
Bro, it's so weird, like how people like derive value. Like, what's that horse race thing called? Like the Kentucky Derby. And you know, whoever, like whatever horse wins that horse, or whatever horse wins that race, it's like that horse all of a sudden, like those like farmers or like horse owners and breeders, and all of a sudden that guy's business starts popping off because he got like the best horse and he can sell all like the horse sperm and shit, and it's like, oh yeah, this is like the sperm for like the best horse, and it's like, who knows what he's like making just off of that one horse alone. And then you're gonna go over here and have like a human baby for like only 475, I don't know what that was, euro, so more or less a buck, 475 bucks for a baby. Bro, like people's, like, that's what I said before, people's perception of value is so warped.
In recent times, Instagram has provided a platform for a weird online community to emerge, consisting of a selected group of individuals who have a morbid interest in collecting human remains. Following eBay's prohibition on the sale of human body parts in 2016, traders have actually turned to Instagram, specifically so they could buy and sell human skulls. For some...
Why do you need a real human skull? Why couldn't you just buy a fake human skull? Why couldn't you just buy a 3D printed skull? Why it gotta be real? All right, why you gotta be real? Probably a good amount of these are probably fake, but bro, what this? I'm learning so much in this fucking video, dude.
Skulls being sold for as much as $20,000. In addition,
how you 20? What?
To skulls, Instagram is now serving as a platform for several illegal black markets, encompassing the trade of weapons, stolen artifacts, and even rare animals. However, unlike these illicit activities, the online sale of human remains does not technically violate any laws. Generally, bones are not considered property and therefore lack legal provenance. And although certain US states do impose legal restrictions on—
And look at these old ass motherfuckers, they don't know what to do. None of these people know. Hey, it's that guy right there. I was just thumbing through and I see like, oh, it's, what's his name? Like Ted Cruz or some shit. Like none of these people are fucking like educated on like the most up-to-date shit or what's going on. These guys got no idea what's going on, dude.
the skull market, traders have discovered that these laws are barely even enforced. But many of these skulls won't even be real, because Instagram is also the hub for scams. You see, as weird as this sounds, there's an increasing number of couples in the US who are now resorting to Instagram to adopt a baby. Due to the lengthy waiting list associated with traditional adoption agencies, prospective parents are now turning towards social media platforms. And while some couples have found success in this unconventional method, others have of course fallen victim to a heartless
fake baby Instagram adoption scam. What?
and psychologically distressing scam, where imposters take to Instagram and assume the identities of pregnant women, deceiving couples into believing that they will actually be able to adopt their babies. However, once the aspiring parents are emotionally invested, the scammers then vanish, leaving them devastated. In certain cases, these fraudsters have actually strung couples along for months, leading them to believe and convincing them that they are going to welcome a beautiful newborn into their lives, only to abruptly shatter their hopes at the very last moment. Recently, YouTubers Dallin and Bella Lambert shared their experience of being victims of an adoption scam on Instagram. Dallin and Bella, who run the YouTube channel Della Vlogs, have gained a following of over 1.4 million subscribers by sharing pranks, challenges, and their daily lives. The couple had been trying to conceive a child for a long time, even undergoing fertility treatments in different countries, eventually making the decision to pursue adoption. But shortly after looking to Instagram as an option, they received a message from an individual claiming to be pregnant with twin baby girls and seeking adoptive parents. Dallin and Bella asserted that they had numerous meetings with this woman, witnessed sonograms of the twins, attended birthing classes together, and commenced preparations for the baby's arrival by purchasing necessary items. However, after 2 months, they uncovered the truth that the woman had deceived them and was never actually pregnant. It was also revealed that she had been using Instagram to scam multiple families simultaneously. But even more disturbingly is that the app is actually selling babies in the first place.
Bro, that's so fucking weird. I don't know. This whole situation is like weird. Like, I don't know. It's like, bro, like I get it. You want to adopt like a newborn baby because it's like, it's more or less the same thing as a pet. Like whenever you go to get a pet or something, it's like you want it in its like most like earliest form. So that way that you can raise it from the beginning to the end. You don't want to get like a cat or a dog that's already like, I don't know, like 5, 6, 7+ years old. Like maybe it's halfway to its lifespan or so on and so forth. That's what most people want to do. Most people, when they adopt, they want to adopt like really early. But to this like point, I mean, it's their life. They can do whatever what they want. But I don't know. It's like, it just seems weird to me. Like you couldn't get like a baby that was already born, or maybe adopt like a child, like it's like 3, 4, 5 or something like that. I mean, I get it, but I don't know. It's just weird to me.
23 Iranian women were arrested after attempting to trade infants through the platform. One of these babies was only 20 days old, while the other was 2 months old, and these innocent children had already been purchased for a sum of just $500 and were then being resold at prices ranging from $2,000.
And that's also weird, like in that you can adopt a baby or you could purchase a baby. Like those two words are like, there's a lot of separation between those two words. I don't know.
$1,000 to $2,500, and it's especially creepy when you know who's actually out there on Instagram using it for nefarious purposes. But selling humans is actually much more common when it comes to migrant workers, particularly women from Africa and Asia who are coerced into servitude as domestic workers from Instagram. You see, agents take advantage of Instagram to connect women with jobs that often lack proper documentation or guarantees of fair wages and working conditions. Numerous women who were promoted on Instagram shared their experiences of being treated as virtual captives and being compelled to work long hours for significantly less money than they were promised. One woman who arrived in Dubai after flying from Nairobi expected to start working as a maid right away. However, her recruitment agent drove her to her house on the outskirts of the city and confined her to a cramped room with 15 other women. She then remained there for several weeks, sleeping on the floor until the agent found her an employer through Instagram advertising. The Washington Post then examined her agent's account, which contained her photo as well as personal information such as her weight, nationality, and date of birth. An investigation into Instagram activity by the Post revealed more than 200 accounts seemed to be involved in promoting women as maids in countries like Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE.
Oh, of course, all of the usual suspects.
Numerous studies now show that teenagers and young adults who spend a significant amount of time on platforms like Instagram, as almost everyone does in Generation Z, almost always has a higher rate of reported depression compared to those who spend less time on it. And as we all know, we are the first generation to experience this. The first generation to be so lonely, to be so isolated, to have no friends, and
yeah, just put the app down. Just close the app. Do something else. Literally anything else.
increasingly rely on electronic connections via Instagram and the likes. Not to mention that Instagram is one of the most invasive apps when it comes to harvesting all of your data, but we all know this by now. We all know how shady Meta and Mark Zuckerberg is. And considering that Instagram has at least 1 billion monthly active users, this is a really worrying trend that's only going to get worse with the rise of iPad kids, and only time will tell what generation Alpha ends up.
Oh boy. Dang, dude. Jeez, that was a good ass video. That was crazy though. I did not know a lot of that shit. Like, I knew like a little bit in the beginning, but like once it got to like, I don't know, like halfway, it was like, Jesus. People doing all sorts of wacky fucking shit on Instagram. Yeah, I think I'll, I mean, Instagram isn't all bad. It's just kind of bad in some ways. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Jeez. But no, that was another great video, dude. I love watching that shit. I learned like so much from like watching like some of the moon videos. They're good, man. Keep them coming. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.